The Vedas, the sacred texts of the Hindu faith. From these show that there is a god named Vishnu. He is a supreme deity that comes down to earth in many different vessels, in the form of a human and an animal, in order to defeat the forces of evil. These vessels are known as avatars, that come in 10 different creatures. The sacred texts believe that the first 9 have occurred, and they await the final return of the last avatar. He appeared in the era of Satya Yuga, which is the earliest era in recorded history. The king of the land named Manu was performing sacrifices for atonement for many years. After using the river water, he came across a fish. The fish begged for his life, so the king saved him and put him into a jar of water to keep him safe and alive. The fish began to grow, so big that the jar could no longer house the fish. So the king put him into the river, but the fish kept growing, so he put him into the Ganges and soon after the ocean. The king finally recognized the fish as Lord Vishnu, and to thank the king for saving his life, he warned the king about a massive flood that would come in 7 days. This flood would be so great that it would end the world and all that lived on it. Matsya instructed Manu to build a giant boat that would house 7 sages, 2 of every animal, and to be ready on the 7th day to embark on a journey through the storm until the end of the era. Obeying Lord Vishnu's command and prophecy, Manu built the boat and was ready to embrace the storm. Lord Vishnu returned as Matsya and guided the boat to Mount Himavan, and kept them safe through the storm, and when the flood was over, the king began to help the animals and people repopulate the world. This story is very similar to the Great Flood, as told by Moses in the book of Genesis in the Holy Bible. Following Matsya, Lord Vishnu appeared as a tortoise called Kurma. During the same era as before the Satya Yuga, the legend of the Amrita, the celestial nectar, goes as follows. Both demons and gods alike were losing their powers, and the gods decided to ask the demons for help involving a ritual called the churning of the ocean. Demons accepted their offer and helped them use Mount Madura as a stirring instrument, and they called upon the serpent, the Suki, to be the churning rope. Lord Vishnu advised the gods to take refuge at the tail of the Suki and let the demons be sacrificed if need be, and take hold at the serpent's mouth and be killed by his breath. The Suki began to vomit some kind of poison that was going to contaminate the milk that they were trying to get to. So the great god Shiva appeared to consume the poison, and this is how he turned blue. As the churning continued, the mountain began to sink into the ocean, and Lord Vishnu appeared as Kurma, the tortoise, and dove to the bottom of the ocean to hold the mountain on its back as a fulcrum that the churning rope rotated on. The milk appeared, and the demons were tricked by Vishnu to drink the fake milk, and they gave it to the gods and goddesses. Vishnu appeared again during the Satya Yuga according to the legend that Bhumi Devi, known as Mother Earth, was being dragged to the bottom of the sea. The demon called Hiranyaksha pulled the earth to the bottom of the sea, and Lord Vishnu assumed his 3rd avatar, known as Varaha, the boar. He dove to the bottom of the sea and fought the demon and killed him, and hoisted the earth out of the water, resting upon its tusks. Avatar killing Hiranyaksha, the demon's brother, known as Hiranyakashipu, was filled with anger and vengeance toward Vishnu. Hiranyakashipu began to train and became ready for his battle with Lord Vishnu. With much training and discipline, he gained many destructive powers and caused the earth to quake, and many disasters occurred around the planet. The gods known as Devas went to Brahma and begged him to stop Hiranyakashipu. But Brahma was actually pleased with the demon's practice and discipline, and hoped that by granting Hiranyakashipu any wish, he would stop any destructive things. Hiranyakashipu took advantage of this, and he gained the ability to survive any attacks such as weapons, thunderbolts, by water or by fire. This gave him near immortality, and he gained control of the entire earth in no time. The Devas, fearing for their lives, went to Vishnu, and he assumed his fourth avatar, known as Narasimha, the man-lion. He invaded the palace of Hiranyakashipu, and he devoured the evil demon and ripped him apart with his bare hands. Following the death of Hiranyakashipu meant that there was an open throne. Prahalad took over as king of the earth. Prahalad had a grandson known as Bali and was deeply beloved by his grandfather. Prahalad made him the Yuva Raja, the crown prince. Once he received his title, Bali was under the impression that the Devas have caused much suffering among the people by oppression. So Bali decided to rid the world of this fear, and did it by gaining powers from Brahma when practicing sacrifices and being ascetic. After eating no food, no water, and having no fear of the elements, Brahma appeared and was very pleased by his work, and granted him the power of immortality and the strength of Indra. Soon after, Bali returns and accepts his role as king, and his reign over the land was oppressive. The Devas wanted to find and restore balance, so they decided to perform rituals known as tapas to please Vishnu and to get him to restore balance. Vishnu knew that he could not simply remove Bali by mere force due to his powers granted by Brahma. He devised an alternate plan. This was when Vishnu was born as Vamana, the human dwarf. His plan was to ask Bali for some land in order to use it as religious land for sacrifices for the gods. He only asked for a small piece of land that could be measured by 3 lengths of his own feet. Bali laughed at him and granted him his request. As Bali gave him this request, Vamana grew to great heights and was no longer a small person. Vamana took his first step, and it covered the entire earth and the underworld. Then he took a second step, and it covered the entire realm of the heavens. Bali's followers saw this and wanted to attack and stop Vamana. But Bali knew Vamana was really Lord Vishnu, and accepted defeat. Vamana soon took his last step and killed Bali, and gave the world back to Indra, and restored peace and balance to the lands. Vishnu's 6th avatar is known as Parasurama. He is the first of 3 superhumans that Vishnu appeared as. Parasurama was given his superpowers when he was obedient to his father when he was told to kill his mother when she fantasized over another man. The legend of Parasurama goes as follows. When his father's ceremonial cow was stolen by an evil king named Arjuna, Parasurama heard this and was enraged. Arjuna was also a superhuman with 1,000 arms and was very dangerous. Parasurama appeared and killed the evil king with his mighty arrows. The followers of Arjuna took revenge over the death of their leader and killed Parasurama's father. Parasurama wept over the death of his father and vowed to teach the people of the land of their arrogance. So he killed every king that he could find, which was 21 kings in all, with his mighty axe. He then traveled to Samanta Pankaka, paid homage to his father, and cleansed his axe in the river there. He appeared in his 7th avatar as Rama Ramachandra, who was the prince and king of Ayodhya. Rama is seen as the perfect man who is believed to be the avatar of Lakshmi, named Sita, the perfect woman. Rama was perfect in all forms of karma and dharma. He endured the hard times and was very loyal to his family. He needed to serve in exile in the forest for 14 years, and when Sita could not live without her husband, she went to live with him in the forest. When she was living there, Ravana, the demon king of Lanka, kidnapped her. During his search for his wife, Rama had to fight through many series of warriors and soldiers that were armed with dangerous weapons and magical powers. With his courage and tenacity, he conquered Ravana and saved his wife from the captivity of Ravana. Following his exile, he returned to take his true destiny as king. Lord Vishnu appeared as his 8th avatar, Krishna. He is known as the Dark One and is the perfect example of love and joy. He came into this earth to learn many things and to show love to all. When Krishna was a little kid, he was attacked by the demon king named Kamsa. The tribe sage foresaw the attack and warned Balarama and Krishna. Krishna escaped, and following a series of attempts for Kamsa to capture him, Krishna defeated them all. Krishna found a cowherder's family and was raised by them. Krishna developed a relationship with his stepmother, and he set the example for all people of India to follow as mother and child. He was a troublemaker of the group. He would steal the milk and butter from storage and would cause trouble with the cattle and milking process. Krishna was not just for one woman. He used his powers to multiply himself, so there was plenty to go around. Krishna left the tribe at the age of 8 in order to study the art of bhakti yoga. This form of yoga is focused on the idea of the beloved and the lover and how nothing else matters in life but worship with God. Depending on which sect of Hinduism, whether it be Das Avatarism and Vaishnavism, the next avatar varies between the two divisions. The Das Avatar